Hello, and thank you for viewing this video. My name is Sarah DeSormo, and I am a proud graduate with an associate's degree in accounting at Bryant and Stratton College as of March 2017. The purpose of this video is to show how my educational experience aligns with the institutional and program outcomes at Bryant and Stratton. This can be articulated through the use of my MyCred electronic portfolio. The institutional outcomes are broad skills that can prove effective in any workplace, whereas the program outcomes are more specific to the accounting field. I have many archives of all of these outcomes within my personal e-portfolio. All of my treasured relics are in order of my program-specific rubric. They are located in the Competency Assessment tab in the MyCred portfolio. So the first two archives I would like to articulate on highlight both the institutional outcome informational literacies and communications. I was required to utilize appropriate and current technologies and resources to locate, evaluate information needed to accomplish a goal. The PowerPoint presentation on formal presentation standards communicates my findings in a visual and oral format, whereas the Ohio State Leadership Model essay showcases my ability to communicate and cite information in a written format. The next two documents, they align with the outcome relational learning. The document 7 responses to behavioral-based interview questions attest my ability to transfer knowledge, skills, and behaviors that I have acquired through my learning. I've combined the learned information to my life experiences and can effectively apply this to a new situation, in this case, an interview. Meanwhile, the document titled Nature versus Nurture allowed me to authenticate how I've developed my skills, behaviors, and inherited traits so that I can continue to develop these and use them in my advantage in the future. So the next institutional outcome was thinking ability, and that was met with 2 reflections on the learning process and the adjustments that I've made to work towards continual improvements. The document titled Thinking Ability and Communications affirms that I can learn new tricks and practically apply them in a new situation. Similarly, the document, The Quality of My e-portfolio, describes how all the institutional outcomes continue to help me improve and adapt as a professional. The fourth institutional outcome, quantitative and scientific reasoning, has been met in 2 different formats. The ExxonMobil document allowed me to use mathematical reasoning to form a financial analysis about the company and form conclusions about potential risks, whereas the creation of my PowerPoint presentation on my student loan and budget allowed me to establish methods of inquiry to form conclusions, thus making future decisions about my student loan in the future more financially sound. The final institutional outcome is community and cheer. I've selected 2 different documents to articulate this outcome. The first document is about a local company called SureTech, which is an interest to me because their community contributions, learning opportunities, and the potential fit for me for my future career. The second archive is a summary of professional community of the accounting field and workplace culture. It also describes my ideal workplace environment and some companies that cater to career growth. So these next ones are all outcomes area specific for accounting itself. So the first one we're going to articulate on is the ability to interpret and apply generally accepted accounting principles to analyze, record, and report financial information. So I've chosen to highlight a portfolio project on the San Antonio Outfitters. The Excel workbook consists of 5 pages and captures my ability to create schedules, journal entries, post ledger accounts, and use worksheets to prepare year-end income statements and balance sheets. This is followed with a Word document analyzing and discussing the financial position and the risk of the company and my personal recommendations. The second outcome is developing accounting reports for internal and external users. I selected a homework assignment for cost accounting that showcases comparative income statements using both cost and absorption accounting. This would be a great report and particularly helpful for an internal user in the Highland Manufacturing Company. The second selection I've chosen to review is the financial strength of the Johnson & Johnson Company. The information used to create this report was a comparative analysis of 2 years using the company's financial statements. This report would be helpful to external users for review in case they want to potentially make investments. So, my ability to analyze and interpret financial statements and information to assist users in management and decision-making process can be displayed for my financial analysis of the Morgan Corporation. The Excel spreadsheet includes a comparative balance sheet, a comparative income statement, a statement of cash flow, ratio analysis, and the pro forma income statement. Then, in a Word document for the Morgan Corporation, I assist the management decision-making process by discussing whether or not to introduce a line of clothing based on the financial position of the company. The fourth accounting program outcome is to select and utilize appropriate technology to complete accounting functions. I decided to showcase my ability to use technology to create tax returns for 3 different clients, all under different situations. The forms were obtained from the IRS website, and each case's forms were specific to their financial positions. After the tax documents were complete, I gave my summary and recommendations to each of the clients in a written document form. And finally, I have displayed my ability to differentiate between ethical and unethical decisions by exploring 2 different ethical dilemmas an accountant could face in the workplace. The first relic is an essay discussing a conflict a professional could face when contemplating reporting financial fraud under suspicion alone. The next relic is a case study that highlights an ethical issue, discusses who it affects, and gives a decision to the dilemma. This will conclude my assessment of my course outcomes. Please continue to explore the other areas of my portfolio. I have plenty of other archives to view aside from my course outcomes. They're located in the presentation and reflective journal tabs. I value your opinion and am requesting the critique of my professional portfolio. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Thank you for your time and consideration.